Hey, what's up? It's Brightmint. This is part 2 of my NX90 review for WePC.com. NX90 has a large Full HD 18.4-inch display with an edge-to-edge glass surface. It's great that they have included a Blu-ray player because you can definitely appreciate the high-resolution content on the screen. It's a sharp-looking screen, the backlighting is even, except colors appear slightly washed. Also, it's a glossy display, so it might show reflections in some lighting conditions. Even though this laptop is intended as a multimedia laptop, the 1GB GeForce 335M graphics card will still handle most games on the market. With the frame rate listed in the corner, here's Mass Effect 2 at max settings and maximum anti-aliasing at 720p. Crysis is playable as well, except I would recommend low settings at 720p resolution if you want a playable frame rate. The Bang Olufsen speakers are pretty comparable to a set of full-size desktop speakers you'd find for a PC. The speakers can fill a room with sound and have a larger dynamic range than most laptop speakers. They still lack bass and may distort at higher volume levels, but compared to most laptop speakers on the market, they are brilliant. The small TV antenna they included has spotty reception.
Like babies. The only two people. You know what you reckon, Jimmy? Did Jimmy Fallon send you first? You know what? Get upset a couple of times. Jack, will you?
Luckily, they did include an adapter which can be used with a regular TV antenna
looks
or
like,
cable.
You know, a graceful dance, but that. Yeah. You're very nimble. Yes. Wow. Wait a second. Wait, that was serious. That was serious.
This is the keyboard for the NX90. It's a pretty full-size keyboard. The key travel is a little shallow, but it's okay. The key spacing is pretty good for a laptop. The media keys are pretty much featured everywhere on it. The power button is a little bit too easy to press, and some of the keys are a little cramped in there, like the arrow keys and the side keys. It's a little bit hard to get oriented on the keyboard because the nubs are a little bit too shallow, so I wouldn't really recommend it for office work, but it's an okay keyboard. By the way, this keyboard pretty much has no flex on it whatsoever, even if you pound on it. It's pretty rock solid. One of the biggest downfalls of the NX90 is these indicator lights right here. They always shine in your eyes, and they're really bright for no reason. The touchpads on the NX90 are both multi-touch, so you can rotate, zoom, and swap to the next picture pretty easily. You can also do things like page scrolling. Because the touchpads are so narrow and the screen is such a wide format, it takes a while to scroll over because you keep running out of space. I have also noticed that because the touchpads are in such close proximity to the keyboard, you'll often hit the side keys accidentally. I find that the touchpad drivers are pretty basic compared to other drivers, but it can still do things like reprogram the buttons. So now the left side buttons would be back and forward in the browser, and the other side still works as a normal mouse. One of the nice things about the NX90 is even with a lot of ports plugged in, you can pretty much hide them all and make them invisible when you close the laptop. And it still has a pretty good amount of room. This is the webcam for the NX90. It is pretty grainy. It is also pretty laggy, as you can tell, and it's got this dark spot up in the corner because the label's not centered correctly. The microphone is pretty good, but overall I wouldn't recommend using the webcam at all. The NX90 has an Intel Core i7 quad-core processor. This particular version is the 720 mobile version. I've been running CPU load tests at 100% over 3 hours now, and overall the laptop remains pretty cool and the fans are pretty quiet. As for portability, the NX90 is a huge laptop. It's not going to fit into any laptop bags, and it was intended to be a full-on desktop replacement. It weighs in at 9.7 pounds, which seems like a lot, but it's pretty typical for a laptop of this magnitude. It gets about 2 to 2.5 hours of battery life, which is pretty comparable to similar laptops in its class. Considering everything, this laptop was designed for people that want an entertainment computer without it dominating their space like a desktop and cluttering their life with cables. For people that want a laptop with just enough portability to bring around their house and enough style to blend in anywhere in any room. If you're that type of person, I feel you'll really enjoy this laptop. If not, then it may fall short of your desires. In so many ways, I think that the NX90 is like a concept car. It's primarily focused on having a new style and introducing new ideas. Not everything is practical for a mainstream audience, and it goes beyond the boundaries to showcase new technology and start entirely new philosophies of how things should be done. It's designed to imagine what the future may look like for laptops.